Y'all, it is your boy CJ back like a butt crack. For today's video, I will be reacting to 10 most dangerous kids in the world. So these niggas is villains and they not even 16, 15 yet. Before we start this video, can everybody who watches it like and subscribe? Mostly subscribe because you know I'm trying to 7,000 in a September. Brr, it's cold. Let's hop straight to it. Y'all already know. Oh, snap. At the computer muted.
Not all children are sweet and innocent. They may look cute on the outside, but some of the most gruesome and horrific crimes ever committed were done at the hands of a young child. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Because today, we're showing you the 10 most dangerous kids in the world. Graham Young. Graham Young was fascinated with chemistry and he experimented with creating various batches of poisons when he was just 14 years old. He secretly tested his poisons on his family and friends, making them violently ill. His poisonous creations eventually took the life of his stepmother and Graham was hauled off to jail. While in prison, his fascination with poisons continued and a prison staff member was killed after ingesting a lethal dose. Willie Bosket Jr. When he was 15 years old, Willie Bosket Jr. shot and killed a train operator during an attempted robbery. 8 days later, he and a friend shot and killed another man near a train station. Willie pleaded guilty to the crimes and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. But just a few months after his release, he assaulted a 72-year-old man. He was locked up again, and while incarcerated, he unleashed his anger by attacking multiple prison guards and was sentenced to 82 years to life in prison. AMARJEET SADA. AMARJEET SADA is known as the youngest serial killer in the world. He made national news when he killed 3 children, including his own baby sister and his cousin, when he was just 8 years old. AMARJEET told police he took each baby to a nearby field in a village in India and smashed them with bricks.
Have you ever just seen somebody that looked dangerous? I mean, this dude looked dangerous as hell, bro. He looked like he'd do some crazy stuff.
When he was taken into custody, he didn't say much, but he smiled and politely asked the police for biscuits. Jesse Pomeroy. By the time Jesse Pomeroy was 11, he was already abusing and torturing young boys with belts, knives, and pins. When he turned 14, he mutilated and killed a 10-year-old girl and hid her remains in the basement of his mother's dress shop. He spent the rest of his life in prison and died behind bars at the age of 72. He's listed as the youngest person convicted of homicide in the state of Massachusetts. Joshua Phillips.
So he would have poked me.
When Joshua Phillips was 14 years old, his neighbor, 8-year-old Maddie Clifton, went missing. 400 volunteers in the city of Jacksonville, Florida searched for the child, and Joshua even took part in the rescue efforts. When his mother went to clean his room, she saw a pool of water underneath his bed. Upon further inspection, she discovered the remains of Maddie hidden inside the pedestal of his waterbed. Joshua was arrested, and he told the cops he strangled the young girl with a phone cord for 15 minutes, hit her with a baseball bat, and stabbed her 11 times. He was sentenced to life in prison. Harvey Robinson. Harvey Robinson is one of the youngest serial killers in American history. He was only 18 years old when he killed 3 people: a 29-year-old nurse's aide, a 15-year-old newspaper carrier, and a 47-year-old grandmother. A 4th victim was able to escape before he could finish the job. Harvey was eventually tried, convicted, and sentenced to the death penalty in December 2012. Eric Smith. In 1993, 13-year-old Eric Smith was riding his bike when he saw 4-year-old Derek Roby walking alone. He lured Derek into a wooded area, strangled him, and dropped a large rock on his head. Eric said he had been bullied his entire life, and he took his rage out on the young boy. He was quoted as saying, "If I could go back in time, I would switch places with Derek and endure all the pain I've caused him." Eric was sentenced to 9 years to life in prison. Edmund Kemper.
So he's saying he wanted to feel.
After 15-year-old Edmund Kemper and his grandmother got into a heated argument, he grabbed a rifle and fatally shot her in the head. When his grandfather arrived home, he met him out in a drive.
See, y'all niggas got a rifle laying around? Where did he get the rifle from? Wouldn't happen to me though.
And shot and killed him too. Edmund then calmly called the police and waited to be taken into custody. He was convicted of the crimes but was released from jail on his 21st birthday, and his killing spree continued. Between 1972 and 1973, he killed 8 women, including his own mother, who he decapitated and played darts with her severed head. John Venables and Robert Thompson. John Venables and Robert Thompson, both 10 years old at the time, met 2-year-old James Bulger at a Liverpool shopping center. They lured him away from his mom and took him to a nearby railroad track where they beat him with bricks and an iron bar. They then laid him across the tracks where his body was struck and severed by a train. The boys were arrested and convicted of the crime, but they were both released from jail in 2001, given new identities, and were shipped off to secret locations. Mary Flora Bell. On the day before her 11th birthday, Mary Flora Bell
she kind of cute, but she crazy as hell though.
Strangled 4-year-old Martin Brown. 2 months later, she and a friend strangled 3-year-old Brian Howe. After the crime, Mary returned to Brian's body and carved an M for Mary on his stomach. After being arrested by UK authorities, Mary said she killed the boys solely for the pleasure and excitement. She was sentenced to prison, but was released in 1980 when she turned 23.
Okay, so
which of these stories shocked you the most? React in the comment section below.
She's still alive. I wonder how old she is. No, I'm not going, bro. Alright, y'all. That's all for today's video. Can everybody who watch it like and subscribe? Mostly subscribe because, you know, I'm trying to 7,000 by the end of September. That's the goal. 7,000. Let's
just bought a new cake, that's a brand new leg. Got a brand new bitch, that's some brand new friends. Got a brand new bag, hold up, that's some brand new ends, hold up. Got a brand new coupe, that's a brand new Benz, got a brand new watch, skeleton, hold up, beady, hold up, that's a bust down, hold up. Shawty get down, hold up, shawty come around, hold up. Shawty know, ain't a nigga I trust.